What's going on, guys? Matthew Moniz here. And right in front of me, I have the Dell XPS 15 2-in-1. This is a laptop that sits somewhere between the Dell XPS 13 and the traditional Dell XPS 15. But the question I have is, who is this actually for? So here's the thing, you're a business person. You're looking at this beautiful light 15-inch laptop. You're essentially getting a 15-inch laptop in the form factor of most 14-inch laptops. It's light enough and small enough that you can travel with it. Being able to rotate the screen 360 degrees is awesome. So if you're on a plane, maybe you're on a train, maybe you're in an automobile, this thing is gonna work beautifully. The keyboard feels flat compared to the standard XPS 15, and that's because Dell is using their new maglev keys, which is short for magnet levitation. Now it's much flatter to type on. Here, you know what, have a listen. But it doesn't affect how fast you type. The upside to this is you get a slightly thinner laptop since it takes up less space in the chassis. The screen is absolutely gorgeous, but it uses a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is better suited for watching movies. From a business standpoint, using a 3:2 aspect ratio like you'd find on the Surface Book 2 or the Lenovo X1 tablet gives you more vertical space to work with. This is much better to get work done. Now, Dell puts 4 USB Type-C ports on this device. That means you don't get your standard USB Type-A. This is great if you have a docking station at your office. You can connect one cable to it and you're good to go. But you'll also have to start carrying dongles with you. You'll have to carry a dongle for your projector, you have to carry a dongle for your mouse, and if you want to hook it up to a USB flash stick, you're gonna have to carry a dongle for that too. So here's the thing, battery life is not that great. I'm getting about 5 hours of use before needing to plug in, and this is doing stuff like just browsing the web and doing simple productivity tasks. If you're constantly away from your desk, you'll have to keep your charger nearby. And the last thing is conference calling. The webcam is on the bottom, so it's gonna stare you up your nose and directly at your knuckles. The only way to get a normal shot is to keep the laptop in tent mode, but that means you'll need a mouse and keyboard to work at the same time. The upside to all of this is that you get Windows Hello facial recognition and a fingerprint scanner embedded into the power button, so this offers a little bit of security at the same time. So now you're a content creator, and the most important thing to you has to be the display. Well, the good news is the one on here is 4K, it's 15 inches, and it's extremely color accurate. Not only are you gonna get great color accuracy for design work, it's bright. I'm talking about 400 nits of brightness. That means if you're outdoors, if you work outdoors a lot, you're gonna be able to see your screen just fine. Now, if your main job is photography or design, this laptop is more than powerful enough. But if you're a video editor or a 3D artist, you're better off with the more powerful traditional Dell XPS 15. The screen is touch and it supports Dell's Active Pen, which is fantastic for writing and drawing notes. But the problem is, you're gonna have to dish out an extra $100. Now, they didn't send me one to review, but I have watched other reviews, and from what I understand, it's not as good as the Microsoft Surface Pen or Apple's Pencil. Now, it's great they included extra storage or an extra storage slot like micro SD, but most people don't use micro SD card slots. If you're a creator, you're most likely using an SD card slot so you can transfer footage from your camera. You'll need to carry dongles to hook up an external drive, but since it has Thunderbolt 3, you can plug it into an external GPU for faster rendering times. And now you're a gamer. You're looking for the best specs and powerful GPU to plow through all the new titles. Well, inside of here, you have an Intel i7-8705G chip combined with AMD's RX Vega M chip. To give you guys some context, the CPU is just as powerful as last year's 7700K, and the GPU in here is slightly weaker than the GTX 1050. The keyboard is a little too flat to really game on. When you're shooting your opponents, you don't really feel the travel distance, but the laptop also proactively throttles to 2 GHz to keep it cool. So under intense loads, you'll find yourself with a CPU more comparable to the one in the Dell XPS 13. Most gaming laptops allow you to swap out the RAM and storage drives, but on this one, everything is soldered onto the motherboard except for the very fast NVMe SSD. So if you are planning on buying this, make sure to configure it exactly how you want it. So who is this really for? If you're a business professional, I personally think there's better options out there for you. The lack of standard ports, having to carry dongles, a 3:2 aspect ratio may be an issue. If you're a gamer or a content creator, there's definitely better products, more powerful products, maybe something from the Alienware line, or if you're a video creator, the regular Dell XPS 15. If you're a designer, I think you're better off with the Surface Pro. You get better pen input with the pen itself. And if you're a photographer, this one might have your name on it because the display is absolutely gorgeous. It's still big enough to work with and still light enough to travel. The bottom line is it's a beautiful product, but it has a hard time finding its place. And I think for every category I talked about, there's another product out there that might be a bit better. So let me know what you guys think of the Dell XPS 15 2-in-1 in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, I got some great pictures going, IGTV in action. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.